Yo guys, what's up? Crimson Knuckles back. Got another audio over game. Finally, I'm starting to figure this out. So we're gonna jump right in. Tier 6 fault line secondary DPM build on my Gneisanau. This is one of my favorite ships to play. A lot of people hate it. It's either a love or hate relationship with this thing. You gotta know what the strengths are and what the weaknesses are, and that is one of the reasons why I'm putting this game up. We got a decent high damage game. I think it ends up being about 160k, something like that. This ship with this build, you need to get in close. You cannot sit in the back sniping it out. Obviously, you wouldn't even put a secondary build on if that was your goal. I don't recommend putting a marksman ship build on the Gneisanau to begin with. It could work, but it usually doesn't. The 15-inch guns would be the only thing that you got going for it. Accuracy is not there. Number of guns is not there. And they still don't reload. There's not enough guns to make it worth it. Don't do it. You got the armor, you got the torps. You can spec it for the guns to reload and shred just about any ship at this tier. So try to make that work. At least that's what I do. And this is where these two battleships, you'll see the Warspite and the Frederick, they just got spotted. They are going to push in a little too far towards B. I think they were trying to start a crossfire. Whether it was at A or B, you know, they got the right idea. They're trying to support their team. They're not sitting in the back. Shows initiative. However, they're going about it wrong, pushing into a Gneisanau and a Sashio, I think that is, off to the side. Granted, they probably don't know the destroyer's there yet because he never got in the cap. However, they should have known something was up when they'd been spotted for quite a while, quite a ways off. And this is where the action's going to start. Take a quick shot at the Warspite. Quickly going to switch to the Frederick. He is broadside. He's within secondary range. I want to focus one while trying to limit being shot by the other. Frederick does a nice job dodging the Sashio torps. Not that Sashio torps are really that good. They spread out a lot. I do have that premium. They need to fix that. It just about makes that destroyer useless. We basically shotgun this version on those torpedoes. And here I'm trying to angle my armor as best I can. Bow in towards the Warspite. Slightly angled on the Frederick, enough to bounce most of his shots. I think he was shooting AG anyway. I'm also trying to put that island between me and the Warspite. Warspite's actually helping me out by going in front of the island. He's pushing forward. It's good for me. He's slow. I don't got to worry about him for a while. And you can see those secondaries doing work, setting fires, doing raw damage. That was a nice shot. You don't get that kind of accuracy very often with the Gneisanau. That is why I spec for the quick reload. The more shots you get, the more chance you get at a Citadel. Don't count on these guns hitting anything that you are aiming for. Okay? You can aim at the waterline all you want. Doesn't mean you're going to get the damage you want. And here I'm backing off, letting the secondaries burn them down. I am keeping an eye on that Warspite. He's coming around the island. Not that that's a good idea for him, but he is still trying to help out the Frederick, so you gotta give him some credit. And that Frederick's just about done, so I can turn my full attention over to that Warspite coming around the island. Here I'm using the torp indicator to kind of line up a shot for myself, get an idea of how fast he's going, what angle he's going to come in at. It almost looks like he's turning away to go towards C. but then his teammate gets killed. It almost looks like that forces him to come back to me. I mean, the game is pretty much wrapped up at this point. It's just their carrier and 3 ships left. But that doesn't mean that you can just throw the game yourself. You never know what your teammates are going to do. See, we just lost one there. You gotta check around, see what the health of your teammates are, see who they're fighting against. Don't actively try to throw your ship away for more damage. Because more often than not, that'll actually end up costing you the game. I'm still angling on the Warspite. I'm letting my torps reload. Looks like he's going for the ram because he thinks that the game's over anyway. He's throwing the game himself. And our torps are going to get reloaded just in time to smash him. Down goes the Warspite. Tactical beach there. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to start working my way back towards B. The Fiji is going to start coming out of A cap or C cap there on the right. Yeah, C cap. Coming out of C. He's actually going to end up taking out... He's the one that's going to end up taking out the destroyer. There goes the Gatey that I was talking to earlier. And I believe he might end up... Yeah, so he's going to go into B. I'm going to go meet him in B. I'm trying to defend that cap. I don't know what their carrier was doing the whole game. And now that I think about it, I don't know what our carrier was doing the entire game, so it kind of evens itself out. So it is looking pretty done and settled here. We are up on ships. We're up on caps. I'm still pushing in towards B because there's not much stopping that Scharnhorst or the Fiji from coming into B. I don't want to just give them the cap. At least put up some kind of resistance, even if I go down. And the longer you can hold on to those caps, fight them off, even if you're fighting off 2 other people, it gives you your team some time to catch up. And the Gneisanau can take a little bit of a beating and survive while your team is trying to get up there and help you out. Yeah, that Scharnhorst is pretty much just chasing damage at this point. They're not trying to win the game anymore. He's chasing down that. I think that's California out there. So I'm pushing the Fiji. He did smoke up. I'm trying to close the distance. This thing is lethal at close range. Yes, he's got torps. I've also got torps. I've got the HP that I can catch 1 or 2 and still take him out. The main thing is I want to get close enough that I can spot him through his smoke screen when he opens up his main weapons. If I was him, I would have just used that smoke to turn around, disengage, kite away. But this is basically suicide. And do not expect that RNG every time from your Gneisanau. That was something else. Yeah, see, there's the carrier. He's just kind of flying around. He doesn't come after me or anything. I cannot figure out what he was doing. See, our carrier finally got some torp bombers out. I got the HE loaded here. Normally I don't, but Scharnhorst, he does have the icebreaker bow. The Gneisanau is so inaccurate that I essentially have no chance at penning his armor at this range when he's bow in. High explosive at least has a chance to set a fire. That combined with my secondaries would be a decent shot at getting fire. It's pretty much the only shot I got at getting damage at this range. So here I switch to the armor piercing. I'm expecting him to open up to get some torps off. The friendly carriers also dropping torps on him may force him to dodge. And that's where the armor piercing will definitely help out. And there he's wide open. I get a nice shot with the armor piercing for 11k. Torps miss, but that's okay. They reload quick enough and I got a whole other side.
The ship is on fire.
Backing away from him, I'm letting my secondaries do some work. I know I'm secondary spec. I don't know if he is, but I know I can still set fires and everything else while avoiding his torps and backing up. He had the HP advantage to begin with.
The ship is on fire.
This is pretty much just a suicide rush. Once he set me on fire, I knew I was going down. So this is the last ditch effort to get the torps into him. Inadvertently, I dodged his torps, which worked out. So I had enough time to get mine off before getting finished off. And there you have it. That's our Gneisanau vid. It's a great ship. Like I said, you love it or hate it. You just gotta know what you're doing with it. Have the right spec, the right commanders is what you need. Alright, peace out guys. Thanks for watching.